Hello, my name is Sticks, and welcome back to Stasis. And let's hope that we will now be able to continue without the use of walkthroughs anymore, but again, I am very not confident in that notion. It's probably not gonna happen because, well, I'm not too good at puzzles, you see. I think we have established...
I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm in some sort of... hell, I'm not sure what to call it.
A pool of a lot. Construction light. No illumination. I can use the generator. Oh, there's a...
Something's moving in there. Alive.
half-formed clone. Lovely, great. That sounds cool. Yes, very soothing.
Oh, it still has fuel in it. Some luck at last.
Well, we'll see if it's lucky. And there's the half-formed clone again. Lovely. Okay. And they are grown for research, sale, or some other unimaginable purpose. Lovely, great, good. Please never come back. I can't go over there though. Okay, so... options.
No, that's ridiculous.
Can I tape the clone? Huh?
This isn't gonna work.
Crap. Okay, remember what I said about walkthroughs, because, I'm already stumped. I don't see any, like, I can't go in the pool. The generator puts some light on, but nothing else. Wow. Like, it puts the light on for a second. Or, well, let's say a few seconds. Doesn't do much. It just is and doesn't do anything. Okay, great, thanks. There's a hotspot with the body. However, I can't get to it, as I've mentioned, so... yeah, again, the hint system would have been great in this game, because this is... for some reason, the logic of the problems here is not speaking to me in any way, in that I cannot understand anything of how to, like, progress here. It's just not happening. This is like... so far, this is the hardest adventure game I have ever played, and I've beaten both Monkey Islands. That's where we're at. Like, these... like, this logic is in the moon, and the hotspots are very nastily hidden. That's not good. Okay. Electricity pole. Again, it just...
I thought that was too easy.
it wasn't too easy, and that again, that just dissolves into the background. That is, like, you pixel hunt for the one hotspot you need to do. That's bullshit. Okay, okay, so... again, tape to it.
Things don't go well together.
Okay, crowbar to it. Okay, sure. Go for it, man. Does it now go over when I've crowbarred it? No. So I can use the crowbar, but it does jack shit. Great, good. Do I drill it? Okay. And now? Put your back into it, man. Crowbar again? Not into John, come on. What am I accomplishing with this as kind of...
Okay, now let's see what I can do.
Do I kill the clones with a generator? Is that what we're doing? Because... Okay, exposed wires. I can't do anything with the exposed wires. Nylon tape to the no. Although you didn't even give me an option to... Okay. Crowbar to wires. No. Let's drill the wires. No. Let's empty hypodermic syringe to the wire. No. Okay. What was the point? I don't think I can go there still. No. Ah, come on. Sure, I suppose it makes sense that I died. But, I think they mentioned that the clones were in it's not the same session since I read the PDA, but I believe they did mention that the clones are super aggressive, so sure. But now I need to do the entire thing again. Is that what we're looking at here? Well, I got an achievement for dying in a weird way, that's cool. Okay.
So yeah, I don't know if you can hear me.
You don't need to hear me, okay.
Oh, I'm not sure what to call it.
Drill the thing. And crowbar the thing. Probably doesn't do squat. Okay, and now walk through reading while he's doing that, because fuck this. Okay,
Okay, now let's see what I can do.
Aha.
This should be useful.
Crowbar grappling hook. Fine, because nylon tape creates a grappling hook then. Cool. With the crowbar and I'm trying to read, but it's just not gonna help me out here again. Okay, so let's reel in you. Apparently. Or not. Sure. You know, I'm gonna save the game at this point because I don't want to, you know, do that part all over again. And yeah, oh boy, I am not in the mood for this. Not at all. Right, but aren't you still gonna die when you do that? Apparently no.
Rest in peace.
Sure, I'm sure he will, yes. Okay, next up, so apparently I picked up a toolbox key, so I go back to the room with the toolbox then. Which is you. And let's open the toolbox and we get a jumper cable, thank you. And I would have to imagine that the jumper cable goes with the exposed wires then. Or not, okay. Let's see here. What is the next course of action we need to pull here? Let's see. Jumper cable on the generator and the other end on the floor. Again.
This goes on here.
Uh-huh. Good for you. And the other end is on the floor, apparently, okay. And clicking the exposed wires now puts the jumper...
This goes over here.
Jeez. Look, if your goal is to put the jumper cable on the exposed wiring, and you even have a hotspot with the exposed wiring, I have this very a risky, new and scary idea where you could actually just use the fucking jump cables on the exposed wiring and that would then work. That is so ass backwards design-wise to force you to put it only on the generator, and you cannot put the jump cables on the exposed wiring. Instead, you need to be barehanded and like click the use whatever on the exposed wiring, which then makes him pick up the jumper cables, not the exposed wiring, but the jumper cables, and put them. This good-looking game design, no. Okay then. Do we now go past them? Yay! Super. It's fine. It's healthy, I'm sure. Yay! We made it. Okay, good. So, bloody handprints, whatever.
Yeah, can you hear me? I'm working on getting out of here.
Well,
I can see a light far above me. I think it's a way out.
That's a lot of assumptions, but okay. Broken computer terminals, I cannot click on them. VAT-12 computer terminal, sunken
Perfect.
Broken ladder. I was like, what did you look at? But okay. So, VAT-12 computer terminal. VAT Epsilon 449 standard growth enhancement agents 150% concentration plus additional growth hormones obtained from Project Seed. Incomplete human clones intended for harvest of pulmonary and coronary tissue. Great. Report 449A. Products developing at 800% acceleration from the selected control group. However, several anomalies have occurred. Anomaly example. A tissue mass has developed into a tail of sorts. It circles the vat using the aforementioned tail to propel itself. Right, yeah, I think I remember that one. 449B. Mass with a tail appendage has been assigned a name, Samantha, despite the previous belief that the circling behavior was a product of instinct. It is now clear that it has been surveying the vat's electronic safety net, searching for vulnerabilities. Samantha has been extracted and moved to security for temporary storage. She trashed violently upon removal and damaging equipment and other specimens. Cool beans. And then computer terminal 13. Growth agent enriched with additional amino acids, 300% concentration. Enhanced human clones intended for immediate research. Specimens began to move about the vat immediately during the embryonic phase. All subjects developing at nearly 500% acceleration. Effect of growth agent concentration on subject development ruled parabolic rather than linear. Multiple subjects have combined to form a larger mass of anthropoid limbs and organs. It surfaced and was then ruled deceased. It appeared to be composed of approximately 12 human-like bodies, all roughly infant-sized. Batch has been active for 96 hours. Development of other subjects remains irregular. Sounds very lovely, yes, good. And then the last computer terminal. Standard growth enhancement agents. Complete human clones intended for immediate testing. Subjects appeared to develop bone and tendon structure prior to vital organs, but following nervous system development. Growth of muscle has begun to progress. One specimen ceased to grow and was confirmed dead. Upon autopsy, 3 extra vertebrae were discovered, as well as 2 ribs. However, only a few teeth were found deep within the mandible. Growth of all specimens has accelerated. Any given clone measures just under 7 feet and possesses the auxiliary ribs and vertebrae observed in the failed subject. All vital organs are present and appear to be performing normally. Despite the abnormal rib and spinal developments, the clones seem to be perfectly functional and fully matured. One, however, was rendered blind as a result of improper sphenoid development. Okay. So... I'm sure this wouldn't work again, like, you know, an exit somewhere.
These don't go well together.
Nah, like I'm assuming the exit he was talking about is just above here, the dark area here, and the broken ladder is the thing. But man, it's a dark game. I can't see like any hotspots to use again. So again, it is really like non-intuitive how this is built, in that the constant issue I run into is I go into a room, there's 1 or 2 things, usually just 1, but now there's, well, 3 computers, but still, things to interact with. I interact with them, and I can't progress. Every single room is that. And there seemingly is absolutely nothing to do. Like okay, what do I know? I know there's supposedly a way out up above in the center, probably. Hotspots? No. Crossbeam, okay. Apparently there's a hotspot then. Good, great. Again, how am I supposed to know that that's a thing, you know? Because there has been these like PDAs and items and such which are blinking, you know, at me, like, there's a hotspot blinking, and then there's a lot of these that are just part of the background or foreground or whatever, just part of the, you know, art environment here, and that is just not a... no. Okay. I'm assuming grappling hook to that.
Got it.
That's a lucky throw, I'll give you, but I don't just... Can you please climb the thing? Well, I lost the item. That's, well, one less item to, you know, have to use on stuff. Uh-huh.
I hate this damn place.
You and me both. So... I just climb up. And nothing bad ever happens ever. Yes? Hopefully? Yes, let's just see if it's the case. Lucky. Just fingers crossed. Here we are.
John? John, can you hear me?
Tia, it's soft, but I can hear you.
That's a loud noise, thank you for that. Boarded up SRAM. Apparently that's not a way to go. Thank you. Question mark. Okay. Go here.
There's some sort of interference with the structure.
I'm in a tram station.
That you are. Oh, hi. Are you seeing visions or is it some weird holograms again? Just...
The tower. I am pressurizing the raw materials containment tank.
Tia, come in.
John, thank goodness, I can hear you. He just disappeared. No radio, no PDT.
Who the hell was that?
Dr. Gerardus Milan, head of special projects.
He knew you.
It's a big ship. And, I'm in a different division to him entirely. Only met him once. A real arsehole.
I just want to get my family out of this goddamn place.
That's the plan.
You sound very reassuring there, lady, but yeah, and the dialogue is still a bit weird, but okay. So do I go in the big vault door now then? I don't see other hotspots, so...
You mentioned earlier that you lost my PDT. Second.
Personal data tag. Every person on board has one.
Like animals.
The tags monitor everything. Security access, food intake, location tracking.
Everyone has a tag. We could use it to find my family.
I'm afraid it doesn't work like that, John.
Like hell it doesn't. If I'm tagged, then so are they. You said.
I can only access your tag because the DotMate scanners registered you. I've scanned for your family and I can't pick them up.
Are they on the ship? Have they been rescued?
It only means that PDTs haven't been activated. But I still have an idea that might just work.
That voice sounds almost robotic in a way. I'm not sure if it's intentional or no. Like her voice.
From the crew quarters, you should be close to an infirmary with a DNA sequencer. If you could get your blood into the sequencer, I can scan the ship for familial DNA, and then we can find your daughter. Then...
We can use her DNA to find Ellen.
Exactly.
Notice, reserve power facilities are online. Backup systems are now enabled and functioning at benchmark levels.
The outside temperature is minus
Yeah.
218 degrees Celsius.
Yay, benchmark levels, pipes and machinery, all that good stuff. Great. Okay then, right. Security office. Aha. Again, like here. Like, look. The game does do these bright, you know, click at this hotspot lights, and then it confuses the player by having a bunch of the just a part of the environment. Oh wait, it's a hotspot, but you had no way of knowing that or seeing that, or just it's just like you scan the entire like screen with the mouse until you find hotspots. It's just I realize it's an old trope of point and click adventure games, true, but especially in a game that's like going for like this sort of a creepy and emotional even like thing here, that doesn't help anyone to have such like confusing UI here, or gameplay mechanics really.
I cut his wrists.
Well, you cut off a hand earlier, so no judging, man. Okay, we have some reading to do, and probably that's the end of the episode, unless it's really short. Okay, Paul Hodgson. This whole shift change thing is kind of strange. Putting Ronald in security when he's obviously not equipped strikes me as irresponsible. Oh well, I'm sure I can compensate. A notice went out telling us to follow the new security guidelines this evening. I wonder what happened. It's only a few extra doors to lock as far as I'm concerned. Easy enough. Food supplies are stalled and people are getting nervous. Someone's been distilling alcohol despite the fact that express authorization is required to even possess it. Ivan was describing the concept of moonshine to Ronald, and the guy asked how moonshine could exist if we're in a spaceship far away from the moon. I swear to God, if aliens board the ship and pick us off one by one or something, I want to see Ronald go first. I really want to do something about this alcohol situation. It's my duty to ensure that the Groom Lake's crew is secure and that important research isn't interfered with. At least I'd like to believe so. These clowns don't share the sentiment. The ass end of the ship just started exploding and jolted everything that wasn't bolted down. There's a goddamn pen stuck in the wall next to me. I can only imagine all the people injured right now. But can't leave on account of the lockdown. Lockdown or not, Station B is fucked, so getting to medical isn't happening. Someone suggested that we could use a specimen transport track, but that's shady as all hell. There's no leaving the security center now. Staring at Ronald's lifeless body is a fucking superior alternative to being ripped apart by whatever's outside. I can hear screams, they're distant and muffled. Silence. 24 hours of silence, not a scream, not a footstep, still not a word from Ivan. The guy looked away from the atmosphere control room just before Ronald pulled the plug. I got bored and read Ronald's file. He had a lot of stuff running really deep. Maybe he wasn't ignorant after all. That's it for the water. Ivan refused to drink anything but moonshine. I tried my best to get him to have water. Stubborn bastard wouldn't hear it. He hasn't moved in a while. Oh boy. Actually, I might, if there's more reading, I might be able to do that still. It wasn't that long this time. Let's see. Do you wanna... Okay. And this is the, This new guy, Anderson, is really something. 5 minutes in the door and he's already asking what all the computers do. I like it. He's inquisitive, just like my boy back home. I'm glad he got put here in the shift change, but I'm disappointed that neither of these two are ladies. I could use some female company. Okay, maybe Anderson is a little more confused than inquisitive, but his heart is in the right place. I can respect that. But Sarge? How in the hell did the boy get Sarge from Serato? Paul is just plain obnoxious. Food's not coming for a while. Fortunately, somebody's been making moonshine. It's not the White Oak whiskey from back home, but you don't come across much liquor in space. Looks like I'll be moderating the supply, so to speak. Hodgson just tried to arrest someone. Prick. Rations are in. Good thing too, the liquor wasn't keeping the crew at bay like it used to. This entire ship smells like shit. It's always been bad, but it gets worse every day. It's even a different type of shit every once in a while. Beyond me. Groom Lake is on lockdown. Tremors, power outages, and several injured. Some guys left 3 days ago to repair a tram station. Haven't heard from them since. I can only fear the worst, and I don't want to wait to figure out what's been going on around here. Paul and I have agreed on a solution, but Anderson isn't grasping it. I don't expect him to. I knew Anderson would have trouble coping. I knew he wouldn't understand. At least he went easier than we will. He saw so much in his short life. There just wasn't room for more. He'll never have a funeral. Nobody back home is going to think of him and wonder what happened. I think Paul and I are the only people on the ship who knew him by name. Maybe that Samantha girl he was talking about still remembers him. The clone? Her dog could be named after him. Or maybe he picked her a flower and she tucked it into a book. I never did read much, but right now I'd love to be holding a book. Poe would work. He's the only author I know by name. I haven't talked to Paul, he thinks I'm drinking, but I'm too preoccupied with Anderson for that. I figure I'm writing this for a reason. What if nobody ever reads it? What if this ship just drifts into the edge of the universe dead and empty? If you exist, if you somehow stumble upon this, remember Anderson for me. He reminds me so much of how my son used to be. If you don't do it, nobody will. I don't beg, I never beg, but if you're a decent human, you'll know why you have to. Remember Anderson. Barely awake. Typing is an effort. Moonshine is not water. Hodgson had last word. Yep, moonshine is not water. Yes, that is a very astute observation of you. But I am all out of time for this episode, and I got a little aggravated here, but it's you know, when the pace constantly keeps, you know, just stopping in because it's just so hard to progress for me. Like, again, I'm dumb and I can accept that, and yeah, but here we are then. But if you have enjoyed this, please do drop a like or a comment, or even subscribe or share if you want to. It would really help. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.